Yes, so we are finally back again for another one. The very first out of two reactions I'll be dropping on this here Brbptv. Be real, be positive. Welcome to each and every one of you guys who tuned into another Vibrations. And also, guys, I actually was told by a number of individuals that Lofty was bigging me up. Big up Lofty one time for definitely doing this thing as well. We're just gonna be pushing the information out there so that people can be informed, especially when it comes down to information that people or the elites are kind of hiding, brothers and sisters, and make it seem as if everything is okay. It is not okay, brothers and sisters. And of course, with that stated right there, I'll be doing 2 reaction videos and of course 1 on the Mystics reaction channel, guys, which will make it 3 videos right there. And then so definitely, guys, we're starting early, so let's get this one on the road right there. Now, I've been getting these videos for a number of times, brothers and sisters. This individual is apparently making a statement or making statements, and of course we're gonna be reacting to that right now, brothers and sisters. The next one we'll be reacting to is that of Trilogy. A number of persons have been saying, Mr. Leaks, we need you to react to this. So what are my thoughts and what have you? But anyways, guys, let's get into the vibrations right there. Volume up, please. What? Okay. Refresh. Yes, sir. Where the volume going on? I got you.
Was live sometime back. Right? And exactly what I said is what happened.
What happened? What happened?
Let me tell you something.
Tell us.
Our Prime Minister is one of the smartest men, or the smartest con artists, I should say, I've ever seen.
I think that would be better too.
Because, remember, right, all you march, all the debates, all you strike, whatever all you did for the election reform, he give you all exactly what all he want because it's something that he can control. Right?
Exactly. You hitting it on the head, man. He making it seem like, hey, we are giving the people what they want. I mean, they actually did that back in 2019. They did that back when there's a lot more people protesting and saying we want electoral reform. They came to kill time, have all sorts of meetings and what have you, brothers and sisters. But like I said before, the people need to demand what they want, not what the Prime Minister wants. The Prime Minister is our servant. The government are our servants. I heard an individual stating or making a statement that the government are controlling the people. That should never be in any way, shape, or form. This is why I believe that the people have lost their way. But when you have a dumbing down of society and people are just subservient, men are not really men, and women are just fighting against the very men. And you have men and women fighting against each other. Then you have the segregation of, oh, I'm blue, I'm purple, I'm shocking color, I'm red and green, all these kind of things. Then what's gonna have a breakdown? Everybody's divided. When everybody's divided, then the people who are supposed to be the servants of the people are the ones ruling the people. It's interesting.
So that should tell you something. Number one, it's something that can be given all way, all how. He giving it to all you. Isn't that so? This man is very, very smart now. Now he come in, I think I saw something in regards to the airport, and you know, he increasing, so that's more land he taking again from Wesley people again. And I just find that just ridiculous, because imagine where I see they relocate the people, I went there and I saw how the airport is, and let me tell you something, it is big, and I'm like, wow. So why are you building something so big? It's nice. Of course it's nice, you know?
Well, I think building an international airport should be big, no doubt about it. I mean, when you look at the thing, especially when I was taken for the whole drone situation, and they put the Canefield airport and realized that they use an international airport layout which extended all the way from Canefield all the way to Maho and all the way continuing, brothers and sisters. Remember? Yes, that is an international airport layout. That's to tell you how big international airports are. So, with that regard. But on the matter of extending the airport, I mean, who exactly did the designs? I mean, if you do a design, shouldn't you have the actual design and say, okay, this is the amount of thing that we'll need? How are you extending the airport again? So that means you have to redesign a new international airport, which means the design of before is obsolete. It's not. All right.
But can Dominica sustain that? You know, who is going to be traveling? Who is going to be coming into all that? These are things you're supposed to be thinking of.
I agree. The very Prime Minister stated that, you know, he stated that the airport would not be able to be maintain itself. He stated this, and as a result, it makes sense, because what exactly does Dominica have to actually maintain the airport? I mean, the first thing we have to look at is agriculture. Of course, agriculture in Dominica is not the best right now. What is the best right now? Tourism. Tourism is the best? No, it's the worst in the Caribbean. But we actually running on tourism, and we want to play as if tourism doing so well. It's not. But you know, anyways.
We have hotels that shutting down because they don't have money. Imagine I went to do shopping again. And doing shopping, I check, okay, fine, I'm going to do at least a $150. You know, $150 shopping, nothing more.
I know much.
Let's go. And I pick up simple little items, right? Imagine you cannot even buy tin stuff to put in your bread. Because corned beef is like $11 a change, $12, certain places $10 is the cheapest. And I'm like, for corned beef,
I remember corned beef back in the day was $3, $4. Yes, by G&A, yes.
Things like, okay, the days when you see your mother, your father who have, you know, you with a corned beef and rice or corned beef and macaroni.
Yep.
And imagine I just passed that shit and I laughed, you know. A sardine with 2 liters. Remember a sardine? You know what is a sardine, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the
Some cuss word she said there. Cuss word.
And you mean to tell me, y'all in Dominica, yeah, everybody just talking. Nobody not doing nothing.
Yep.
So if, let's say, you can hear for that, why people not getting up to do something?
That's my
Tell me.
They're waiting for somebody else to do it for them to benefit. That's what's happening in Dominica. People want to be quote-unquote victimized because they have been set in a culture that has made them beggars to the very people who are supposed to serve them. So when it's that culture that is setting people, when they know something is happening in the country, they try their best to stay aside so that they can benefit from the liquor that they can get. That's what's happening in Dominica. Yes.
Because I don't understand. Yo, them stuff ridiculous high, you know. You know how much for tissue? If you got $21 or $25, $26, you don't get it at the six or 7 rolls of tissue, you know, to wipe your ass. Right? Even tampons, pads, you know, sanitary napkins, all them things there. It's like I thought to say, but wait a while. Oh, you saw some of y'all surviving, and I said you a party, you know, you all doing thing.
Yeah, Dominica is the Isle of CO. It seems like the stress of people, they don't care. They go in and they going to drink them, blow their brain cells away, brothers and sisters. Alcohol making ding dong, and they going crazy, just dancing away. And they forget that they actually have to go back to reality, where they have to face the grind for themselves. But you know, people like the good time. Yes, the good time. When the government wants to sidetrack you from what is happening, what they do? They send parties all over the place. Remember when the UK thing, when the government, the UK rejected Dominica and visa-free travel? What did they do? They set up party and truck in Buffet State for man to come and jump.
What are you doing wrong? Tell me what I doing wrong. I want to know. Because I just don't understand. Yes, I know the light is on me. Let me see. You know? And the man come and the man talk about, giving you all electoral reform, and the man talk about is overseas that fund, you know, or some, you know, it's like it's as a gift, some kind of thing, donation, right?
He always talking about gifts. You don't realize the Prime Minister always talking about gifts. He gets something, is his good friend that gave him a gift. Oh, something happened, elections come, or his good friends sponsor him. Brothers and sisters, you never sit and ponder to ask yourself, we have how much money outside there? Billions of dollars outside there. The Prime Minister saying he getting gifts from his friends. Now I find that very interesting. If you have a set of money outside there and you're getting gifts from your friends, but 2 questions I must ask. 1, what exactly are you giving these people while they are giving you gifts? What exactly are you doing for them with our money? Another question is, if we have all these monies out there, we cannot account for it. Isn't there a possibility that he could be using that very money? Because you cannot account for it to make sure that it's that, you know. You cannot account for that money or the amount of money that is actually outside there. To then say, hey, he takes from that money to then come to elections to bribe people and do things. It's a possibility, ain't it? Because if you cannot account for that money, brothers and sisters, how much money is being spent there to come in elections, and then they will come and tell you, oh, it's their friends that give them monies. You see, it's the narrative, brothers and sisters. I learned this from YouTube. The narratives, when they try to take down YouTube channels that have already made videos that push in the narrative of what is actually happening, they remove these videos so that they can put their videos and the videos will become #1 and stay at the top. So they are pushing their narrative. So it seems like what word comes out from our officials are the actual official word, but doesn't mean the actual official words are correct. Furthermore, we want to pretend as if, you know, our leaders cannot be corrupt and everything is fine and dandy all across the world. Brothers and sisters, I made the reference to the basketball game. If you know you're going to get $10,000 and there's literally nobody holding your account, no referee, nothing there to hold you to account to ensure that you play by the rules, and you know there's a $10,000 at the end of that game for the winner, wouldn't you try your best to do everything that you can to cheat in that game so you can win? There's nobody holding you on account. So you mean tell me the people who are the leaders of not just Dominica but across the world, these people are definitely not being held account. Well, certain places they are being held account, yes, but in places where they're not being held account, don't you think that these people can possibly do some cheating and stealing? Don't you think so? While they're telling you, I always remember the whole dynamic within slavery, and I understand, yes, blacks were enslaving folks as well as whites, and I understand that sentiment. But then you mean to tell me that you have slaves, you bring them to another country, you make the slaves build up the nation to an extent, then you free the slaves and tell them that they need to do what is right. You understand my sentiment? Telling the slaves you use them to build your wealth, and now you telling them, okay, slavery is done, but on the basis of that you need to do what is right, do the rules, all these things that you need to follow. You get my drift? Creating generational wealth for themselves and then telling you you have to do the right, live by the right set of rules to get rich. Doesn't make sense any. You get my point. So you have a unequal wealth happening when you use free labor. Now you're telling the free labor that they need to work harder when you use them to build your wealth. It's an interesting thing when you look at humanity, brothers and sisters. Let's continue.
Donation. So if we get in donation, why we doesn't get donation for food now? Why we doesn't get donation so that our stuff can be a little cheaper? You check me?
Yeah.
Why we doesn't get donation to increase?
The Prime Minister talk. I do not reaction on Mr. Lick's React channel, brothers and sisters. The Prime Minister made a statement some time back talking about the gas prices, and he said that the government is subsidizing. How on earth you subsidize? We'll talk about that. Tune into the reaction on Mr. Lick's Reacts in a moment, brothers and sisters.
The little salary, eh? Why we doesn't get donation for them things there? Tell me. So in order for me to see my way, I have to leave Dominica.
That's it. I know, brothers and sisters, is strange for a government official. Like I said before, I mean, the very Prime Minister Skerrit allowed his children to born overseas, and he was Prime Minister at the time when that had happened. And that happened, brothers and sisters. So if a Prime Minister is letting his children born overseas, what does that tell you about him on that country? When the Prime Minister telling you can send his children and family members overseas for medical attention, when he's supposed to be the one in charge to hold the Ministers of Health account to ensure that Dominica has good health, what does that tell you about what the Prime Minister thinks about the health conditions in Dominica? And then he asks the people, what about them? The people who are voting for him. It's interesting. Anyways, let me continue.
And are they telling me, do laugh? My generation fall on their head, man.
Yeah.
We fall on our head, man.
Big fall too. By over.
You check me. Imagine I don't know if you all don't notice, you know what? We in June. And you'd
Oh
often
yes.
seen.
This is a monthly, brothers and sisters. I got this sometime. I got it. Anyways, let's continue.
Orange juice. You're seeing fruits like that, local fruits.
You ever ask yourself, what is the Chinese doing in 1 mile, brothers and sisters? You never ask yourself these kind of questions. Well, Dominica used to be flourishing for a lot of fruits. Everywhere you go, you see fruits falling down. I remember my father saying, look at all these fruits. These people are wasting these fruits. They're falling down there. You pass in on the road, they set an orange and all kind of thing. I don't even. When last you see orange by the road, brothers and sisters? When last? Or grapefruit. You would see a set of things that's falling down, candies would fall down and all those kind of things. You don't see those things again. Maybe the people decide they're picking it up for them to go and sell because they don't have another choice because things are hiding in the economy. I don't know if that is the case. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Let's continue.
The only fruits you see, and you have apple, grape, pear, the imported fruits.
Yep, that's true. You can go to the store right now and you will see apple. You must see apple, and apple is not grown in Dominica. Grapes, you will see it. And brothers and sisters, I noticed not just grapes, no, they have seedless grapes in Dominica too. Eh? Yes. You don't know you mustn't eat things that don't have seeds, brothers. You don't know that. It's not nutritional for you. It is the very seeds that put the nutrition in the foods, brothers and sisters. And as a result, you should also eat the seeds. For example, watermelons. A lot of people like to spit on the watermelons. The watermelon is 100% edible. You should eat the seeds, the skin. You should eat the fruit, the sweet part of it inside. The white part as well. But people don't know these things because it's cultural. They don't know, hey, I eat the thing. Hey, mommy tell you don't eat the seeds. The seeds are the most potent part of you. Anyways, let me continue.
You understand me? So I'm like, what we have now, all you? Tell me what we have. I check in, boy. Long I don't see an orange to give my child an orange to suck on, you know. You check me? Remember all in Wesley, all in them places there, all in countryside, they had all them trees there. Remember they cut down all of that, they built an international airport. So all who had trees, all where the little fruits, all where the little things just come that it do have, it just do have. And we supposed to just sit down and yes, my boy. Need to go in already. So it's like I sit down there thinking and I just have to laugh. Right? I said my son, I tell him, you know what? Baby boy, even this sausage he like, because you know you like to spoil it to children, give them a little this, give them a little that, and even that go up $7, $6, $6.50 for a hot dog.
And brothers and sisters, as I look at the whole inflation understanding, the whole inflation understanding that causes prices to go up is not brought about by the people now. It's not the people now, brothers and sisters. It is the government spending that brings inflation up with. Inflation definition is an excessive expense of government. Brothers and sisters, all you understand what I say there? And then they putting it on the people to pay. Just like the whole gas situation. We will talk about that on the reaction. Mr. Lick's reaction, guys. Tune into that right there a bit later on. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, peanut butter. Yeah, no, I haven't even touched on peanut butter because peanut butter getting big.
That is for the rich.
You check me, butter. That's everything. Imagine, right? You're working for a little $5, $6, or $7 an hour.
Brothers and sisters, I remember back in the day, them tin cheese. We used to buy tin cheese. Every time tin cheese finish, we buying it. Tin cheese, brothers and sisters, I watch the tin cheese. And I think the tin cheese right now is almost $50.
So you have to work a whole hour, maybe sometimes a whole day.
But can you imagine working for $5 an hour and you still cannot buy a tin cheese, brothers and sisters? You working whole day. $5 an hour, if that is the case right there. 5 times what, 8, 40? You have to take lunch. So $30, $35, brothers and sisters. You working a whole day and you still can't buy a tin of cheese. Those who making $7 an hour, you make $7 an hour, $7, $14, $49, you still cannot do it. 7 times 7 is 49, brothers and sisters. You have to take lunch, so it's not 8. If you're taking your food, maybe some people have to work for the hour, their lunch hour, so they can make $56 to buy a tin of cheese. Whole day working to buy a tin of cheese.
To at least buy what, right? And I going around, I don't know, for some reason I'm not seeing chicken. Like, you only see the wings, you get a little turkey, and you're getting some whole legs. But you're not seeing, like,
all go to KFC, man. And in KFC don't run out of chicken. Imagine that. Yes, brothers and sisters, type it in on YouTube. I vlog it, I know. KFC run out of chicken.
Back and egg, them chicken, you don't see nothing again. You don't see that. And I did laughing because I check in. Which one, what happened in there now?
But really and truly, guys, when last we see a back and egg, boy? When last, brothers and sisters? She just said that there like that is a strange word to me, eh? Back and neck, brothers and sisters, a little youth. My mother used to have back and neck. I myself thought back and neck is one word. Didn't know it's back and neck, brothers and sisters. Things getting better, but they'll tell you, look around the rest of the world getting worse. That's what they'll tell you, to try to soften you for the things that they're actually doing to you. It's interesting, don't it? Play the thing, yeah.
Hey, we need to open our eyes and open our mouth, because I just find these things are just ridiculous. And all you're trying to tell me, like, is more and more I have to spend, 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 more and more I have to spend. And
less money coming in your account. On top of that, your salary not increasing. Guys, let me help you understand something. Your salary not increasing. If it increased by 10 to 20, or let's say it increased by $100, brothers and sisters. You're making $2,000 a month. $2,000 with inflation, brothers and sisters. Some of you like to leave all your money in bank to make 2% and not realizing that inflation most times is more than the 2% you get in the bank. So although you see your money increasing, you're not realizing money value decreasing. That is one of the tricks that the banks give you. And if a lot of people, they don't teach you these things in school. I didn't know these things until I came up here. I didn't know these things. Understanding there are two different types of lives that people are living. The rich seems to be living with the lifestyle where they understand what is happening, and the lesser people who are not rich on the basis of finance, they seem to be living on what is being told by them so that they can survive. This is why I always make the comparison between having a living wage and having a salary, brothers and sisters. Most people in Dominica are working for a salary. And the thing is, most people don't even understand currency. That's how I'm going too far.
You check me, that don't make it no sense. That don't make it no sense to me. A tin of milk for a baby, if you have $100 in your pocket.
Dutch lady, you guys. Dutch lady used to be $28. $28. Dutch lady now is over I think it's $58. She say $100.
My brother.
My sister.
Let's not even get to the Pampers. Let me tell you, right? This shit. And number one, you can tell me, oh, you mustn't make children, or you mustn't do this, you mustn't do that. Because them things, they're just ridiculous high. And for no reason.
One of the reasons why they are high is the very same system that the government has put in place. And the government has put in place where things you have to import from overseas then come in. It is a high tax they pay on the people who have to clear it. And then they have to pay duty on it again. Just so that they can try to force the people to buy things inland that is not inland. You never hear the Skerrit in this before, brothers and sisters? You are importing things from your family members, whether it's barrel or whatnot. Right? To come into the country. I understand if the country have it. Huh? The country does not have it, and you still have to pay. And brothers and sisters, mark you, for example, buying vehicles overseas. You buy vehicles overseas very cheap. You can buy vehicles for less than $2,000 or $2,000. You can buy vehicles for less than $1,000. In places like China, you can buy a vehicle for $600, brothers and sisters. $600. Yes, I'm not kidding you, you know. $600 you can buy a vehicle in China. And it working. It's not parts. It working, moving on the road, brothers and sisters. Yes. But when it comes to shipping, it is a cost. When it comes to Dominica, you might have to end up paying all $20,000-$30,000 for that vehicle. And it's still coming out cheaper than the vehicles in Dominica.
Imagine you order in Pampers or you order in wipes and they still charging you extra on the pot for them stuff.
Yes.
When they claim it's supposed to be for free. That's just ridiculous. These are things you throw in garbage. Just to call like a little people to throw in garbage.
I can tell you, all you have to use them reusable things, reusable tampon, reusable Pampers, just reusable food. What? Yes, man. You have to use reusable everything, brothers and sisters, to make it in this day and age in the nature of the Caribbean. But man going and see who. At least man can see who. But the funny thing is, when man going to see who, there's some women out there that don't want to use the same dress because they used the dress the last time, and they don't want people to say, oh, I got clothes. So they're going to do what they need to do for them to get a little extra money. It's interesting. And this is how the moral fabric, boy, I tell you, boy, it's just going down. Look there, they know that I'm shooting in the United States again, brothers and sisters. They had one in the stadium, then they had one in Dollar General. When we remove God from society, brothers and sisters, what do you expect to happen? Don't get me wrong, enjoy yourself. God make life for you to enjoy. But when you forgetting about God and moving as if there is no God, things will happen. Man will just be void of a conscience. You know what it is? Boy, let me continue.
You check me. That is why I just finding that don't make no sense. A tin of tuna is almost $6-7 for a tin of tuna.
Well, thank God I know what you had. I don't mind. She's right. She's right. They had tuna. I saw tuna for $6.25 already. But I would never buy tuna for $6.25. It have those, it have those flick ones. It have those chunky ones. Well, brothers and sisters, it's still going to be chunky in your stomach. It's still going to mash up in your stomach, brothers and sisters. So I would urge you to get that one, okay? Get the cheap. It have those for $3.25. It have those for $3.75. I remember I was buying some months ago. It's been a while since I've been in the nature of the Caribbean. Anyways, brothers and sisters, yeah. So I think I remember it was $3.25 and $3.15. Yeah. Anyways, let me continue.
That was $2 and a raise up in matter of months.
$2.50, yes, it was. Yes, brothers and sisters, it was.
And nobody don't see that to say something.
They seen it.
So imagine,
my girl, they seen it. They just quiet, They're waiting for somebody else to see it.
you as a person that could barely afford, cannot barely afford. What happened to the lower class that really couldn't afford it? Where, they couldn't afford a chicken, but they could afford a little tuna for them to eat. So
I'm not an advocate for that. But that's what happens, brothers and sisters. It happens. I heard I was told that a girl told her sister to go and sell her thing, to go and sell herself for to make money. Things hard, man. The sister telling her little sister, they're of age, they're over 18, but the sister telling the little sister to go and sell herself to make money.
what are they supposed to eat? Tell me. Imagine I see a parrot and I see the parrot lie down on the road and I say, boy, they're standing up there begging somebody to give them $1 and you have to be looking and checking, boy, I can't give you the $1. I can't give it to you. So what? So let me tell you something. Poverty, right about now, Dominica's in a lot of poverty.
Dominica has been branded as one of the poorest, if not the poorest, in the West. Well, in the northern Western Hemisphere. Yes.
A lot of children are hungry. A lot of parents home hungry. They cannot do something. It's either you owe, either you lend, either you borrow, either you go in fast cash, whatever. You know, them things there.
There are people still owing me money today. There are people owing me. There's a guy who has a hotel. He's owing me money today. This is one of the reasons why I don't believe in lending people money or in doing things for people who cannot pay you. I always believe you must teach people how to go and fish. The same principle that was taught to me, I'll teach people how to go and fish. The other person was asking me about investing. How do they invest in Dominic? I was telling the person what to do. And she told me she doesn't want to get involved in this. At the end of 6 months, you'll get back way more money than you put in. But she says she doesn't want to get involved in this because that's not her speed. So what else you can invest in Dominica? What else? Stocks. Huh? You can do stocks in Dominica. That's stocks in Dominica to do. You can put money in the bank to make 2%. All right.
And all you cannot tell me, all the country have money. The country have money for who they have money for. Because it's not everybody that's seen that money. It's not everybody, and who have to.
This is why I always mention the CBI program. They talk about the CBI program as if the CBI program is the way for the people. When the CBI program is good, don't get me wrong, it's giving monies to the people who are in charge. It doesn't come directly to the people who are the citizens, normal citizens. And if you have agriculture and these kind of things, that the people themselves will get the money directly. The CBI program is to handle the major projects that tend to take place in Dominica, and maybe it'll trickle down a bit to the people of society. Look at St. Kitts. I'm thinking of St. Kitts, not Dominica, by the way. St. Kitts is doing different things in the community, and as a result, the people also benefit as a result of them getting either $250 or $500 from the CBI program. What has Dominica ever gotten? You get a house. A house because they know that you cannot make your house for yourself. So they're ensuring that they give you houses so you'll be loyal and stay quiet. That is why people wondering why people are out in the streets. Then they come in and use tactics and selling jewelry in the sky to take photos because they're paying people not to come to these things. They're trying to victimize people who show up and say, what are you doing there? Yes, guys, there were individuals sitting on the side of the road who were not necessarily against what was happening in the previous Bayfront thing with the what do you call them again? The civil. Anyways, brothers and sisters, these people were marching against the government. Not UWP, but you know, the other one. Anyways, these folks were there. Some folks were just sit down listening. And there were people coming to these individuals and telling them what they're doing there. What they're doing there, because it looks like it'll be increasing the numbers of individuals listening to what was taking place. And they would send drones in the sky and then pay people not to show up. So that it look nice, so they can make reports and say, hey guys, this is what is going on. There's not much people showing up. All these kind of things. This is what going on, man.
To see, not seen it. You check me? So instead of just blasting the money ravishly, but I take that money and put something or put it in the bank to sustain, to raise up the pay. You check.
I don't believe. I understand about raising the pay, brothers and sisters, by understanding there's surplus. Raising the pay on a country that's not making much money doesn't make sense, you know. It's kind of silly. The government still cannot pay them universities. It's all 3.1 million, 8.3 million EC dollars. They owe in. And then you have Midwestern of $1 million there as well. The basis of raising pay is nice, but it must make sense. If a country is making $1,000 and everybody's getting $10, you have 50 people getting $10. That's $500. Raising these people's money to $12, brothers and sisters, which will equate to $600, and you're still making the same $1,000 in the country. You're going to make the country make less money, $400. Then you have to, instead of having $500, if the people making $100, $10. I mean, then people making $500 in total. And the country has $500 remaining. $500 we will do more for the country. But if raising their salaries and the country, matter of fact, the country not even making $1,000 again. It is making $700 now. $700 to increase salaries, brothers and sisters, which means less money is going to be going The factor must be where money is being created and factories are being built that is bringing in more money. So whereas the country would have made $1,000 now, it's making $5,000. And then the salaries of these 50 people can increase. It can even double, brothers and sisters. Because they were once getting $500. You increase their salaries by 50, they get $1,000. But of course, this surplus would already be $5,000, which means they have $4,000 to play with in the economy. So increasing salaries in a country that is not making much money doesn't make sense. Or monies, especially monies that's supposed to come in and not reaching in Dominica. You get my point? Brothers and sisters, I'll leave this link in the description below. I already go too long already on that one. I have another one to do as well. So definitely tune in for that one on this channel and as well as the Mr. Leaks Reacts video as well. Anyways, guys, we're still ready. What are your thoughts, man? These are just my thoughts. I shared my views on what she was saying. These are just her thoughts. What are your thoughts, brothers and sisters? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. And with that said, guys, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. It helps the algorithm push the video further and further out there. And of course, give this subscribe and turn on that post notification by clicking the bell so you'll be notified when I drop all my videos right there and then. Subscribe, click the bell, click all so you'll be notified when I drop my videos right there. And I'll see you guys in the next reaction video, guys. Remember, be real, be positive.